Hey there, guys. Thank you all for letting me have a little bit of fun yesterday with my April Fool's Day video. And like a 180 turn today to a more somber moment. As you guys know, yesterday we lost Val Kilmer, Hollywood actor. I know what a lot of you guys might be thinking. Hollywood actors. Believe me, I'm there with you 99% of the time. But in this case, I got to say this. Val Kilmer, I feel like he never really got credit for being such a good actor. And I know some of his earlier films were kind of cheesy. And I say cheesy, not that he was cheesy. It's just that the type of movie they put him in was a little bit cheesy. You know what I mean? But the guy was an exceptional actor. I think that later on in life, he's going to go down as a generational talent, if you will. And two movies is all. I'm not even talking about Top Gun. Two movies that I can bring up that to me established him as a true genius in terms of getting into character and fitting that character. And I think most of you guys will probably agree with me, especially those of you who are gun guys, is the movie Heat with Robert De Niro, who I can't stand now, but I loved the movie back then, even with Robert De Niro in it. And of course, Tombstone. Now, a lot of people, because of the role he played, probably like Tombstone better. I felt like he had a really versatile role and really made Doc Holliday like jump off the screen. I saw that movie at the movies. I haven't been to the movies in over a decade. That one I saw at the movies, as well as Heat. And I just want to say that a couple of things. I'm going to show you a couple of clips as my tribute to Val Kilmer. Again, those of you who have always hated Hollywood, look, I get it. You don't have to watch the video. I hate Hollywood now. I know they've always been pedophiles. I know they've always been sick, twisted, messed up. You know, earlier in my life, I didn't know that. You know, I appreciated things when I saw them that were done well. And if you remember, movies used to not be so preachy. It was over the last 10 or 15 years that movies became really preachy. Today, I don't see how anybody who even has a conservative breath in their body could watch a movie made from Hollywood today. They are so sick and twisted, and they are always trying to send a message. And if you remember, that wasn't the case years ago. Again, the two movies that I mentioned, Heat and Tombstone, you didn't have that, man. It was like you went to the movie. At some point during the movie, you got immersed into the movie where you felt like you forgot you were watching a movie, right? That's what a good movie does. A good movie establishes the scene. It makes the actors feel like you're not watching somebody reading a script, that's the person you're looking at. When Tombstone, you felt like you were, on some dusty street in Tombstone, Arizona. You felt like that. And you felt like Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday just because he portrayed it so well and delivered it so well. And that's the hallmark of a good actor. You forget you're watching a movie. Today's movies you watch, you feel like you're watching, a commercial for CNN or MSNBC or something silly. Because they're so sold on developing a message and jamming it, no matter how badly it does not fit, jamming it into that movie so that at the end of it, they can go to their cocktail parties and, let's face it, they can go into these secret hotel rooms and do their things, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say too much to get this this video taken down. But they're more worried about how people view them as the people putting the film together. I think there are good actors that probably don't act and have left Hollywood because of the way Hollywood does their thing these days. During Tombstone, I think most of us can agree that you had a new appreciation for Val Kilmer. You were like, dang. And Kurt Russell, for that matter. Over the years, remember when we were real little, Kurt Russell used to do the Disney movies, talking about, late 60s and 70s is when they made these films. Kurt Russell was a child back then. And then he made Escape from New York and campy kind of stuff. And then here comes Tombstone. And all these actors that are in it, you're like, holy crap. They're all really good. And again, I have to go back to Val Kilmer because that's what this tribute is for. He just showed me a whole lot more than what I had seen before. Again, not that I didn't think he was good in Top Gun, but Top Gun was that whole kind of, bad guy, good guy, and that kind of stuff. I felt like Val Kilmer stole the show. And I like Kurt Russell. I like all the other guys that were in Tombstone. But I think a lot of us can agree that Val Kilmer, when you watch that movie, you left there going, Doc Holliday was cool. It was just a neat character. I feel like Val made the character bigger than what it probably was intended for originally in the movie. Like, I don't know that character was supposed to grab you so much. Kilmer is the reason why that character jumped off screen like that. And again, in Heat, I loved him in Heat. Honestly, I like Heat better than Tombstone. I know a lot of you will argue with me on that. But I think I liked Heat better than Tombstone simply because it was one of the first movies that I can remember that they attempted to, not fully, but they attempted to utilize firearms in the right way. And they were era specific and era proper. The tactical mag change under fire that Val Kilmer made during the big shootout scene, to me, was like, I was like, yeah, man, this dude reloaded. Now, granted, there's scenes in the movie where guys ran off 90 rounds without making a reload. But again, I did say they attempted to do things right in this movie. I felt like the firearms were equipped properly. They were used properly. It even seemed like the use of them, in other words, the stance and the way they utilized the firearms was all pretty accurate too. And if you notice that in the reload that Kilmer made, he didn't grab the charging handle. He whacked it, the release on the side to get that bolt back forward again and get back in the fight. So it was stuff like that I really, really appreciated. And of course, the firearms were incredible. I mean, from the SBRs to the HK91. I mean, it was just, even the shotguns by the law enforcement. It was just, as a younger person appreciating firearms, it was one of those movies that I'll never forget. I mean, anytime it's on, I'm watching it. But again, that's not to take anything away from Tombstone. I liked them both for different reasons. Obviously, the characters were more appealing to me in Tombstone. But again, I felt like the type of character that Kilmer was in Heat, to me, that made him, in my opinion, the most memorable character in that movie also. And the reason why I say that is because you remember when he came out of the bank during the heist. And I'm going to, by the way, guys, as a tribute to Val, I'm going to show the clip of the bank heist, and I'm going to show you one of the Huckleberry scenes from Tombstone. But when he came out, he was the first one that fired a shot. Like, he came out, he was all business. I mean, this dude his character was legit in the movie. He came out, saw law enforcement, boom, did not hesitate, engaged immediately. Dude knew it. He knew what was going on, knew what time it was, and he knew it was time to get down. And he did, And he was, to me, by far the most proficient and the most effective during that whole shootout. I mean, I love the way they would have him shooting from one direction to the other. In fact, that's when he did his tactical reload. He shot forward, backwards, reload, went back to town. So I liked the fact that he was all business when it came to it. No hesitation, big balls. But at the same time, he had that sensitive side. He was having the marital problems. I believe it was Charlize Theron that was his wife in the movie. So, they were getting separated or having marital issues or whatever. I thought that was an interesting twist. Here you got this badass whenever it's time to do business, and then he's got that soft, uncontrolled side of separation problems with his old lady. So, yeah, good movie. I'm going to leave you with the two clips. I'm going to first play the Heat clip. It's a little bit long, but I wanted, for those of you, surely everyone has seen Heat by now, right? But for those of you that haven't, I want you to see the bank heist in its entirety because it builds up. And it shows the professionalism of this group as bank robbers and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to show you the full shootout until they drive off, De Niro and Kilmer, after he was shot, which is a sad part of it in the movie. And then I'm going to show you the first Huckleberry scene. I know most people are more familiar with the second Huckleberry scene where he says those words, "I'm your Huckleberry," in Tombstone. The second one was when he filled in for Wyatt Earp in the shootout with Johnny Ringo. But to me, the first one was, I thought, more important in terms of the movie because it was your first shot at realizing he kind of put a little bit of fear in the bad guys. Like, Johnny Ringo was drunk. I think that's probably why he did it. But he knew that he had his hands full with Doc Holliday instead of Wyatt Earp. He wanted Wyatt Earp because he knew he could, or at least presumed that he could beat Wyatt Earp But he questioned himself when it came to Doc Holliday. And Doc Holliday, again, the balls of steel in this movie, the way he came out there and just strolled out without a care in the world, I thought was really cool. And so I thought the first one introduced you to that's the Doc Holliday that the bad guys don't want to mess with. So that's why I wanted to show you that first clip. So here's those two clips. Again, this is just my hat tip and my my salute essentially to Val Kilmer. I don't respect a whole lot of people from Hollywood, and I respect the way Val Kilmer lived the end of his life. I thought he did it with grace. And again, I thought he left behind some pretty awesome movies that weren't preachy, that I left there feeling like I watched a great movie, that I didn't get preached to or spoken down to by some wacko.
Don't move! Don't fucking move! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air! Put them up! Down! Down! Get on your knees! Get on your knees! Get on your knees! Hey! Hey! Get over there! Get the fuck! Get Turn down! Around. Turn around! Put your hands behind you! Behind you! Behind you! Get out! Stay down! Get out! Get out! Stupid son of a... Go! Keith! Oh, stay down. We want to hurt no one. We're here for the bank's money, not your money. Your money is insured by the federal government. You're not going to lose a dime. Think of your families. Don't risk your life. Don't try and be a hero. Right now, I want you to sit on the floor and put your hands on your head. Anybody feel sick? Anybody got heart trouble? Go ahead and lean against the wall. Give me the key. What key? Get out! And stay down! Sit there. Sit there. Don't move. Let it bleed. Get out! Down. Put your head down. Down. Police, move. Move, get down.
Sober up. Come on, boys.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
All right, Lunger. You go to hell. I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
Johnny, don't!
No, Johnny, whoa.
Get on! Get on!
It ain't nothing.
Don't mind him. He just drunk, that's all.
Cool down, Johnny. No! I want them spitting blood!
Easy, son, easy. Now ain't the time.
Slow down, Ringo.
I tell you, boys, even I'm worried what's going to happen once Ringo runs this outfit. God have mercy.
Come on, Juanito.
Gentlemen.
This time will come. Got nothing. Let's go get Bully, boy.
Yeah, let's go get sauce.
Barber.
Yeah, let's
Yes,
get
sir.
Bully.
Proceed, sir.